Hey guys, KRX here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Henshin Belt Deluxe Sengoku Driver Kamen Rider Gaim and Baron set from Kamen Rider Gaim. So this is the belt that the various riders in the series use to transform, as well as the star set for the first two riders. So this includes several things: the Sengoku Driver, 2 lock seeds, 2 faceplates, and belt parts. The way this is going to work is that first I'll take a look at the Sengoku Driver on its own, then I'll take a look at the Gaim set, and then the Baron set. So to start off, we have the Sengoku Driver's buckle. So right off the bat, it's got a very simple design, cast in a clear dark blue plastic, with a nice silver border around the outside. It's also very reflective, as you can see, but not too detailed. There isn't any paint on the clear parts. And you've got a few other details. You have this section here, which is where the faceplates will attach to. This indented part, which is where the lock seeds will go in. You got this latch here for holding onto the lock seeds. And then the most notable detail, the cutting blade. So this is a simple knife with a little guard here, a part hard plastic, part soft plastic blade, and then metallic gold paint on the inside. On the back, you've got the power switch, battery compartment, place where the belt clips go, and the copyright info. So, switching it on, you'll get a confirmation sound and it'll say its name. And on its own, you can get one sound by dropping the cutting blade, which is spring-loaded, and the speaker is right here behind it. So on its own, it makes this sound. And nothing else. Next you have the belt straps, which are cast in what I can only describe as a neon yellow plastic, though it looks more like a normal yellow on camera. Got the 2 belt clips, which are also in clear dark blue with a silver border, and the stopper part, which is in a clear metallic blue, or a dark metallic blue. Of course, it has the adjustable belt system, and the L and R to show which side goes where. So of course, to attach these, you just hold in the 2 clips, attach it to one side, then fold it over and attach it to the other. Just like that. And while the buckle on its own can stand up, it's rather thin, so adding the straps adds stability, so I'll keep them attached for the rest of the review. So next up is the Kamen Rider Gaim set, so I'll set these 2 off to the side. So first off is the lock seed. This is this year's gimmick. Fruit-themed padlocks. The first one being Kamen Rider Gaim's main lock seed, the orange lock seed. So, while each one has a distinct fruit and shape to it as well as colors, they do have some common traits. A silver front and gunmetal gray back, this black lock part here, power switch down here, and the back in general is the same, with the battery compartment being here, speakers right here, and 3 buttons here, though the color of this button does vary from lock seed to lock seed. So with the lock seed, since padlocks are made out of metal, the front designs are made to look like metal fruits. So for the orange lock seed, you've got this stylized metal orange with a nice metallic orange paint, ring of black around here, and a metallic green stem. It also has a lot of indents for the texture of an orange, and each one is labeled. So orange is LS07. And one of the cool things about the labeling is that you'll notice that the letters and numbers look like they're cut in half, and so they're kind of sliding down. And you'll see that that's kind of cool because it ties into the gimmick with these. And so on the side you can see that the inside of it is actually made of a clear plastic, with the front being painted. So switching on, you'll get light and sounds, just like so. And another cool thing about lock seeds is that for many of them, they're painted thinly enough in some spots that the light from the inside actually shines through. The first thing you can do is you can take this lever here, which as you can see has an arrow pointing this way, so you have to pull it back, and use it to open up the lock seed. It'll make an opening sound and then say its name. So then you have this silver button. This is for the Invest Battle game, which is basically in the show a means of using lock seeds in a different way than transforming, which is actually that when they're opened up, they summon monsters from another world called Invest, which sometimes go out of control, and so the Kamen Riders in the series have to fight them. Well, the way this goes is on the first press, it'll say Battle Start. Then on the second press, it'll say You win or you lose. And if it says you win, the next one it'll say will be Rank Up. Now, one thing to note is that it doesn't cycle through you win and you lose. Rather, you lose is a rare sound that will come at random. So the way to tell you have the you lose sound is that it has a different tone than the you win sound. After that, it'll just reset to Battle Start. So then we have the Gaim faceplate. Faceplates are used to differentiate the belts and determine which Sengoku driver belongs to which rider. So for Gaims, you have the front part of his helmet with a rainbow visor, and that's because the thing is that all faceplates have a rainbow visor, as with the different lock seeds, the inside of the visor changes. You can see it also has a blue background over here, and then this pattern of stylized clouds. And so that just attaches right here, like so. And to detach a faceplate, you hold down this button here and pull it off. So for the transformation, start off by taking a lock seed and opening it up. Then attaching it to this part in the front. And if you're wondering about the sound getting muffled, that's nothing to worry about, because there are actually some slits back here that line up with a speaker on the lock seed so that they don't get muffled. So take it like so. Doing that again. The lock seed will light up with the sound. Next thing to do is to close down the lock seed like so. It'll make a standby sound. Then to do the transformation, you drop the cutting blade. Now showing that one more time without any interruptions. So you can see that the lock seed glows with a nice bright orange light. And the thing about that is there's actually a mix of sounds between both the lock seed and the Sengoku driver. As the standby sound and cutting sound comes from the Sengoku driver, but the transformation sound comes from the lock seed. So now with the lock seed open, you can see some new details split into the two halves. On the top half, you have an image of what the fruit looks like cut in half. So in this case, a cut in half orange with different slices, and I kind of an energy pattern going through it. And the bottom half of lock seeds, you can see the specific weapons for each form called arms weapons, to go along with the forms which are called arms. So for orange arms is an orange sword called the Daidaimaru. Another detail with them is that they have patterns that match up to one of the rider's faceplates. So in this case, it has a stylized clouds design to match up with the Gaim faceplate. And so with that, you can then move on to the 3 special attacks, which can be performed by dropping the cutting blade from 1 to 3 times. So first doing it once. You get Orange Squash, which is for Kamen Rider Gaim's first special attack, the Burai Kick. Dropping it 2 times. You get Orange Olay, which is an energy charge. Then 3 times. You get Orange Sparking, a super finisher attack. And if you do it more than 3 times, it'll still do Orange Sparking. And so to cancel out the transformation, you close up the lock seed, open up the lock, and then detach it. Now there are ways that this works, and it actually is easy to see if you pay attention. So the first part is with the Sengoku driver itself. Down here, we've got this section down here. We've got this one pin that sticks into this button here. This lets it know that it's attached. Then you have this part here, which when you drop the cutting blade, raises a peg that hits the silver button on the back. And to let it know that a lock seed is attached or not, you got this button right here. When you put it down, it says lock on and starts the transformation standby. When it's released, it says lock off. And another thing to note about this part is that there's actually a safety catch here. So if you just pull it like this, it frees up. This is to prevent it from getting stuck, which is a nice safety feature, nice precaution. So taking off this and setting it to the side. Just a quick sec. And I'll be getting on to the Baron set. Just 1 second. So here we go. Next we have the Kamen Rider Baron set. So for Baron, his default lock seed is the banana lock seed. Here made to look like a bunch of metal bananas with some studs on the side and a metallic green stem, with the bananas themselves being a nice metallic yellow. So it's got its numbering, which is LS08, and a little bit of silver detailing here. With it, switching it on, get that sound. Opening up, you'll get its name. And this has the same bell game as the orange lock seed. It has the same you lose sound, so I'm not going to go over that one again. Then you have the Baron faceplate with the front part of Baron's head. Again, rainbow visor, red background, and for him, he has a vine pattern, or an ivy pattern. And switching it on, you get this. You get that sound to confirm that this one's on. So now do the transformation into Kamen Rider Baron. So you'll notice that for the banana lock seed, or more notably with the Baron faceplate, there's a different sound by sound, which was more European medieval style, as opposed to Gaim's more feudal Japan style. So now we have the opened up banana lock seed, with bananas cut in half vertically. And then his weapon down here, the Bana Spear. Once again, having the same vine pattern as the faceplate here. You'll also note that the place that it is placed in, the area it's placed in, is a matchup of the top half. So, first doing banana squash.
Come on, banana squash.
This lets Baron do his special attack, the Cavaliend. Then banana ole.
Come on, banana ole.
And finally banana sparking.
Come on, banana sparking.
And then canceling out the transformation.
Lock up.
And of note is that different lock seeds have different ways of opening. For the banana lock seed, it opens up by sliding this part up, rather than back like the orange lock seed. And an important thing to note is that the faceplates aren't locked to specific lock seeds. You can actually switch them around. So you get sound when removing it, and one thing you'll probably have noticed is that there was no sound putting on or taking off Gaim's faceplate. And that's because of the way this works. In here you've got these two tabs that are pressed down by certain faceplates. Now you'll notice that there's nothing that extends out here on the Gaim faceplate. But on the Baron faceplate, you got this part that extends out here, so it hits this tab down here, meaning that the Gaim sound is the default. What this also means is that there are only 4 total sounds that can be made from faceplates. One with no tabs pressed, one with the lower one pressed, one with the upper one pressed, then one with both pressed. So anyway, with the Gaim faceplate attached, you can do Gaim banana arms. Or, by using the Baron faceplate, get Baron orange arms. Just like so. Now another thing to note is that there's one sound that comes from these which is a little hard to see or a little hard to hear going through a normal process. And so to do that, you're going to switch back to the Gaim faceplate and then switch off the Sengoku driver. And so with these, I'll be putting them on like so, then cutting them open. Notice that before the transformation sound, there was a sound of the fruit being cut open. And so it's kind of a sound that is pretty much covered up by the sound from the Sengoku driver. And it also happens when you use it for one of the special attacks. Same goes for banana. Just like so. Then for a switch around, turning this off, and then turning this on.
Sengoku driver.
Then attaching this on like so.
Lock on.
And also, the cutting sound or cutting phrase is also something that's changed between faceplates. And so putting it together, you get the full combination. And it is pretty cool, and it's rather similar to the double driver from Kamen Rider Double. Although in this case, instead of the gimmick, the twin gimmicks having pauses in the sounds to work with each other, the belt and the gimmick have pauses so that they work in tandem. And the effect is quite nice because you can't because they flow so well that it's rather hard to determine where one stops and one begins. And overall, the open lock seeds do give a nice look to the Sengoku driver, which on its own, like I've said, is rather plain.
Lock off.
So overall, the Sengoku driver is a great toy. It's quite nice that this set lets you have the basics for the first two riders within the series. And the other thing is that a lot of lock seeds are being sold out on their own, so they're not too hard to get. Well, there are a few which are included with other things. And really, overall, while the concept of using these fruit-themed locks to transform is a little silly, and in the show it is also kind of silly because what these do is they summon giant metal fruits from the sky, which become armor for the riders. But in execution, it really works. I was skeptical about the build at first because of the simple design, but with the faceplates added as well as the lock seeds, it makes up for what the belt is kind of lacking on its own. And again, the way they work together in tandem is really quite cool. Lock seeds themselves are really nice. They have a good size to them. It's very nice to just click them open and close them down. And you can even wear them on your belt loops, just carrying them around. It's also really nice that they have an on and off switch, that way they don't just constantly drain power like things like Gaia memories would. And it's also pretty neat that you can kind of interchange faceplates and lock seeds to get things that you normally wouldn't get in the show. As the thing is that basically the patterns within the lock seeds are there to show which rider mainly uses it in the show. So it's nice that you still have the option of switching them around. So with this set, instead of getting just two forms, you get two forms and then two kind of what-if forms. So that's quite cool. I already have quite a few other things, so be expecting the next few weeks to be filled with Gaim reviews. and trust me, you're gonna like them. If you don't, they're sure to be entertaining to watch. Overall, I can definitely recommend this. There's also a second set that includes a couple of other things, being a holder for Luxies and then another Luxie on its own that's also sold separately. So whether you want to get the basic Sengoku driver or the special set, either way it's good, because even on its own you get quite a good amount of playability. And this is only one of the things where, buying more of the gimmick will add more playability to it. Because on its own, the way it works is that there's the cutting sounds and the transmission and the standby sounds, which are determined by the faceplates. Overall, it's a great set. If you like Kamen Rider Gaim, then of course this is a must-buy. Definitely a recommended toy nevertheless, because it is just so fun and just has quite a unique and creative design that works so well. So, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my channel for more videos. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.